I am Bosco of Carmel. Welcome to this video lesson. Geography, lesson 1. Distinguish. First, we can see the question. Distinguish between Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. The Himalayan rivers. The Himalayan rivers are the rivers that originate from the Himalayan mountain ranges. These rivers are snow-fed. They receive water from the melting ice of the glaciers as well as from the rains. The three main Himalayan rivers are the Ganga, the Indus, and the Brahmaputra. We can see the water flow throughout the year in these rivers. We move to the peninsular rivers. Most of the major rivers of peninsula, such as Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri, flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal. These rivers make delta at their mouths. West flowing peninsular rivers are the Narmada, Dapti, and Periyar. You can see the flow of peninsular rivers. We can see the answer. They originate from Himalayas. They originate from Western Ghats. Point number 2. They are long and wide rivers. They are short and narrow rivers. Third point, Himalayan rivers are perennial in nature. Peninsular rivers are non-perennial in nature. Now, we can learn the differences one by one in the distinguished table. Himalayan rivers, peninsular rivers. Himalayan rivers originate from Himalayas. Peninsular rivers originate from Western Ghats. Himalayan rivers are long and wide rivers. Peninsular rivers are short and narrow rivers. Himalayan rivers are perennial in nature. Peninsular rivers are non-perennial in nature. We can learn this once again. They originate from Himalayas. They originate from Western Ghats. They are long and wide rivers. They are short and narrow rivers. Perennial in nature. Non-perennial in nature. Let's move to the second question. Distinguish between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. We can see the video of Western Ghats now. The Western Ghats is a mountain range, covers an area of 1,40,000 square kilometers in a stretch of 1,600 kilometers parallel to the western coast of Indian Peninsula. It traverses in the states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Goa, Maharashtra and Gujarat. You can see the beauty of Western Ghats. They are continuous hills. Next we move to Eastern Ghats video. Eastern Ghats, the silent warrior. The Eastern Ghats are a discontinuous range of mountains along India's eastern coast. The Eastern Ghats are located or runs from the northern Odisha through Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu in the south, passing some parts of Karnataka as well as Telangana. They are dissected by the rivers. Next we see the points. They run parallel to the western coast. They run from southwest to northeast. They run from southwest to northeast. Western Ghats are continuous hills. You can see that here. Eastern Ghats are dissected range at many places by the rivers. You can see the picture, all these things. This range is called as Sahyadri. This range is called as Purvatri. Now we can learn this in distinguished table. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats run parallel to the western coast. Eastern Ghats run from southwest to northeast. Western Ghats are continuous hills. Eastern Ghats are dissected the range at many places by the rivers. This range is called as Sahyadri. This range is called as Purvatri. Let's see once again. They run parallel to the western coast. They run from southwest to northeast. They are continuous hills. The rivers are dissected the range at many places. This range is called as Sahyadri. This range is called as Purvatri. Next we see the third question. Distinguish between western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. First let's see western coastal plains video. The western coastal plains is a strip of coastal plain 50 kilometers in width between the west coast of India and the Western Ghats hills. It starts near the south of the Apti River. The plains are located between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. Eastern coastal plains. You can see the video. The eastern coastal plains is a wide stretch of landmass of India lying between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. It is wider and leveled than the western coastal plains. It stretches from Tamil Nadu in the south to West Bengal in the north through Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Now we can learn through this table. Point 1. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. East coastal plains lies between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. Second point, it extends from Rann of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. It stretches along the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Third point, Vembanad is a famous lake in this region. Kolleru Lake and Pulikat Lake are the well-known lakes in this region. Now we can learn this in distinguished table. Western coastal plains, eastern coastal plains. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It lies between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. It extends from Rann of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. It stretches along the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Vembanad is a famous lake in this region. Kolleru Lake and Pulikat Lake are the well-known lakes in this region. Now we can see this once again. It lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It lies between the Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. It extends from Rann of Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. It stretches along the states of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Vembanad is a famous lake in this region. Kolleru Lake and Pulikat Lake are the well-known lakes in this region. I hope you have learned this. You can use this for the exam.